So hello and welcome to another video. Today is going to be a little bit different. I've been laid down a challenge. This young chap on this side here, we'll say young, don't think he is to be honest. No, Darrell has laid me down a challenge. Listen to this and tell me what you reckon, eh?
Hi there, Paul. I have a challenge for you. I came up with this challenge myself for my channel, but I thought it'd be interesting to collaborate on it and see how we tackle it differently. Lockdown has meant that we've got to really think of interesting ways to keep our photography interesting. Here's my challenge for you. Take just one prime lens out into your local area and see what images you can get. I'm going to use my 105mm macro lens as part of my challenge. When you're using a macro lens or a prime lens, you've really got to slow down and take your time because you've got to think very carefully about being in the right position to get a good composition. I'm really looking forward to this challenge and seeing your results. And don't forget to say hi to Mrs. C from me. On my channel, I stress how important it is to enjoy your photography. So I hope that you really enjoy this challenge.
Well, what can I say? That's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? One lens. So I've got my Fuji. I'm not allowed to use a zoom lens. So we're going to have to take this off. Get rid of that one, and what I'm going to use is this. I am going to challenge myself to use my Samyung. This is my Samyung 12mm. This is what I'm going to use. One lens, one prime. It's 12mm. It's a completely manual lens, so I'm going to have to work at this. This is not going to be that easy. I can only do it locally, so I'm going to go for a walk. I think I might pop into town, maybe something like that, and I'm going to get 2 or 3 images using this. Now the challenge is, because it's manual, I've got to manually focus it, manually set the f-stop, and manually set my shutter speed, really. So yeah, that's my challenge. Wish me luck. I'll see you on the outside. I've actually made it out. I did my video clip in the week, and it's taken me over a week to get out to do this challenge. But I've come out. I'm out in my local woodland. I've had to test the van out, so I've driven the van a couple of miles. I've had new brakes and stuff put on the van, so I've given it a bit of a drive. So I thought, why do that? I chuck my camera and my bag and in the van and just pop off to the forest. It's only a few miles up the road, but at least it gives me time to run the brakes in. It's going in for an MOT next week, so yeah, that's my excuse. So I've come up to the local forest, and the thing that caught my eye was all this big this big greeny. Oh my god, this GoPro is ridiculous. No, it's not a GoPro, it's an Osmo. Face tracking. Is it not supposed to track your face? I'm sure it's supposed to track your face. I just hate the fact that it does this. I can't wait to start using my bigger camera again. I have no idea what it's doing. I keep pressing the buttons. Follow. I don't know. Anyway, we're back. It doesn't track my face at all. If I turn my head away, it doesn't have a clue what I'm talking to. So I like this big greeny, mossy greeny patch of stuff, and I thought it would work great with this wide angle lens. And I did promise you I was going to use one lens. I've got the wide angle Samyung on. I've put a polarizer on the front. It's a magnetic polarizer. It literally just drops on the front, and I've spun it round so that I can get rid of any highlights out the water and make it as dark as possible. And I just like a complete and utter chaos that's going on behind me, and this big patch of green, whatever they are, sitting on the water. I just like it as a wide angle shot. And with the 12mm, it's all manual. I'm on ISO 160 set to manual. I'm at aperture priority, but the problem with the aperture priority in this lens, it doesn't work. So on the top of the lens, I've got it set to to f8, and then I've had to manual focus it as well. It's a completely manual lens on this camera. I'm on the XT3. I brought it out for a change, but I just love the green tones. Now, I've no idea what these are going to look like when I put them on a big screen, but I just do love this big chaos in front of me. I'm not bracketing or anything. I'm just going to take a few shots just to get this challenge sorted. One camera, one wide angle lens, a manual lens, fixed focal length, because that's all I've got is 3 focal length, fixed focal lengths. Got a 12mm, an 18mm and a 35mm, and I've been out in the town with the 35 and the 12, and I've had no success all week, so this is why I'm taking this opportunity to do this now. So yeah, this is the plan. I'm going to just mooch around this little bit of an area. I'm only up the road. The road is literally behind me, where you can see them people walking past now. That's the road, so I've not travelled far. We're going to have a bit of a walk around this little area, see if I can find something else, even if it's a manic chaos image. But take a look at this one first. It's just a nice one to ease you into the wide angle lens, I think. Difficult challenge when you haven't got a full set of full set of prime lenses, but we'll get something sorted. You wouldn't believe what I just did. I just stepped back, stepped over a branch, got my foot stuck under the branch, and ended up with a face plant in the floor. Camera went down and everything. It was quite interesting to see me landing in the mud, and I didn't even have the camera rolling. What a shame. But I've got another image set up. This is a much nicer version of the image. Again, it's all about the greens and the way the Fuji makes these greens absolutely pop. Now I'm just trying to sort my composition out slightly, so you have to bear with me while I'm twiddling this around. I've got my very small Benro tripod out. I didn't come out of the big tripod. It's not all about me and the tripod and everything today, so everything's not quite set up for me to do it one-handed. But I've got a broken tree trunk in front of me, and it's a perfect lead-in to send you right into the image. And I just can't quite make out whether to have it leading from the right-hand side or the left-hand side. Well, not so much the left-hand side, but the middle, to bring you round into the wood where the chaos is. I can't quite make up my mind, but I'm definitely going to try and take a couple of images. And I'm just literally moving the camera just slightly, just to give me a slightly different perspective on it. So I've taken 2, one with it right in the right-hand corner, and this one's going to be slightly more central, still leading from the right-hand side. And you'll see the broken. There's 3 sections of branch that take you right into the water. Now, with it being a manual lens, I've got it on focus peaking, which basically means anything on the back of the camera. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see if I can get down there. Anything on the back here that's red is focused. Now, it's very difficult to see, I know, with that, but focus peaking will give me the focus points about here. And it's just starting to rain, so let's make sure my 2-second timer on, because the XT3 doesn't have the memory. But look at the green, absolutely perfectly green, and you can see that that's the bit I'm shooting. This broken bit there, and the broken bit leading off to that side. So that's the idea of the image, all about them greens. I'm going to take another one while it's raining, and I'll put the polarizer set to try and make this area nice and dark. So I'm going to see if I can make this area dark as well, another 2 bits dark, but it looks really cool. So I'm still trying to make my way around this patchy boggy area, and it's not that easy to walk through, to be honest. But what's catching me on my interest is there's some nice green mossy branches, you know, and trees that are laying down and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get into. I just found a really good one with a massive big bit of fungus on it, but with the wide angle lens that I'm stuck with, wide angle fixed lens, I can't get close enough. So I'm trying to be a bit inventive, and like I say, I'm just making my way around this boggy patch and this not very easy to walk on with a camera in my hand on a small baby tripod, and the only thing that's keeping me going is the look of these greens. I'm not going to spin you around. Just the look on this. I just love all this green and the dark water and the green through there. I mean, come back with a bigger lens and look at that arch in front of us there. So I reckon all that's going to do something. There's a few images around here that I can take, definitely on the wide angle lens. There's definitely a few images I can take, and yeah, make them quite moody in processing if I can. It's all going to be about the green and the dark water, and make it look like the bog. Nice dark vignette, highlights on the greeny areas. That's the plan. That's the plan. I can make this work. Maybe. So I must admit, I am struggling a little bit, but I've got this cracking little app on my phone that might help you in the future if you're doing this sort of thing. Now, I've just used it on the other side of the bank, and I videoed it as well, so I'm going to pop up on the side of the screen for you, one side or the other, the screenshot of it. And basically what it is, if I can bring it up for you, I'll see if I can bring it up on here. It's not very easy doing all this one-handed when it's when you're trying to get in your phone and stuff like that. The good thing is with these Valorettes, I can have my thumb out so I can actually get into my phone. So I've got my fingerprint recognition. Okay, we're in. Right, so the app's called Magic Universal Vision, I think it's called. And it's this one here. And basically what it does, it will, you can pick the side of your, you can actually pick your, I'll tell you what, let me stop waffling and rambling. Let me just go back to the screen. Let's open my screen again because I've just locked it. Oh, fingerprint. Mrs. C's looking at me. Look, she's looking at me going, what are you doing? Making a fool of yourself on video again. Right, so let me just go back. Let's close that. Let's put screen record on and let me show you exactly what it is we're doing. So screen record, yes please, start. Let's open the app again. So I'm going to try and do this one-handed. So the screen's now recording, so you can now see up on the top what I'm seeing on my phone, so you don't need to look at my phone. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to show you what I'm doing. At the moment it's saying 12mm, and this is the image I'm looking at because the camera's down here and that's the direction I'm looking at. So to try and visualize the image, you'll see there's a square, an orange square in the middle of the screen, and it's saying 12mm. So I can flick that up now to 18mm. That gives me an 18mm view. That gives me a 24mm view. That gives me a 50mm view, and you can see it's on a, if you look on the top left corner, there is a bit there that says 4.3. so if I click on that, I can now take that to 16:9, like so. That'll give me a 16:9 crop, and again go back down to 24mm, or what I'm shooting on, 12mm. Get my thumb out of the way. So there's a 12mm 16:9. And you can also do a 5x4, which gives you a 5x4 crop if you look at the orange squares, and you can also go back to what I'm shooting on, which is a 4x3 for now. So that gives me my perspective in front of my lens to what it is I'm actually shooting on. So yeah, it's a very good little app, and you can actually take a picture of it as well. You can actually click there and take a picture so you can have a look and see how it works. So yeah, all good. Let's stop that. Stop. Close that. Yeah, really good little app. I'll put the link for it and the name of it on the screen for you so you can see it. So yeah, my videos lately have been very rough around the edges, haven't they? I know I'm always rough, but yeah, we're handheld, my camera's moving around all over the place, I'm sending the Osmo scatty, but yeah, the image in front of me, that's what I'm shooting. Let's go down to my screen, but I'm doing it in a slightly different way as well. Let me just go to the back of my screen so you can see what I'm doing on here. So again, focus peaking, all the red bits of the bits are in focus. I'm on 5.6 now, and my ISO is right up to 640, just so I've got a bit more shutter speed. I'm trying to catch them little droplets of water, little circles where it's raining. And yeah, so what I've done is I've taken a few shots. I've taken a shot, if you look down in this corner, it's quite dark, but it's really light in this corner. So what I've done is I've turned my polarizer and I've taken a shot with that nice dark area there. So you can see it's dark. Then I've turned my polarizer a bit more and it's got a dark area there. And then I've turned my polarizer a bit more and now it's a dark area there, because I can't get all those dark areas in at the same time. And that's what I want. I want that dark water and the greens to pop out the image. So we've got one there. We've got to make sure my timer's on because it's the XT3 and it doesn't stay on, does it? So we'll take another one there and I'll show you what I'm doing. There's one. And then I'm going to turn my polarizer somewhere in the middle so it's nice and dark in this middle area. I think I just bashed my Osmo, didn't I? Now I need this bottom area, so I'm going to move it down to this bottom area so it's dark down here and do the same again. And then in processing I'll stitch all those three images together and it'll be dark all the way through. And you've got these lovely green leadings coming from each side. I know they're not award-winning images, but this is a challenge and I'm right on the challenge now. I'm quite getting into this now. I quite like this idea. This is a really nice spot. I will be back here many times. Look at this beautiful arch and the trees laying through it, and I'm going to be coming back to this spot several times. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to use the tree like a rainbow. I'm going to take a shot through there, crop off the sky, get all this dark water with all these fungi on the tree and everything. The only good thing with this wide angle lens, this one fixed lens, is it's really sharp. It's a Samyung, 12mm Samyung, fully manual, but it's really sharp. And I also like this shot here as well. And it's got like a, see this branch behind my head runs all the way down into that. So I'm going to take a picture of that as well, running into that. Now this would be absolutely, I'm telling you so much, this would be amazing in the fog. Can you imagine how eerie, how creepy, how fantastic this would be in the fog? So as soon as these restrictions are up and I can just get out and travel, I'm going to try and get here for fog, because this is amazing. It's right on the road, it's right next to the parking space. I'm not even 100 yards probably away from the car. Absolutely fantastic. I'm quite excited about this. This is another good thing about coming out and just having a look round, even if the conditions aren't perfect, is you get to recce this, and all this water has come over the years and I've not seen this before. Absolutely fantastic. Let's hope we don't get a dry spell this summer and dry it all up. Wow. Right, I'm sure you've seen a few images. I'm sure Darrell's now scratching his head thinking, hey, this guy's doing all right at this challenge. But yeah, no, it's quite refreshing. Right, Darrell, I'm going to make this the last one. We're just cleaning the lens right now because it's raining. Just get the lens clean. The polarizer's set as about as good as it's going to get. I'm going to put my 2-second timer on, and this is basically one final shot, wide angle, fixed lens. Battery has just gone red. Camera has died. Game over. XT3 dead. Last photograph, last image. I'm going to make my way back over to the van and drink me a cup of coffee and head back home, I suppose. But this has definitely been a good little drive of the van. I've got my brakes sorted. All I've got to do is get the MOT on it next week. So I'm going to head back home now. Now it's had a bit of a run and a bit of a warm up. But yeah, this area here that I've never seen before at the woodland. Hello. Where are you? Hello, there you are. Yeah, this area here that I've just been shooting is definitely one to come back to in the mist. Now this is Delamere Forest, and Delamere Forest there's a lot of trees gone down, a lot of areas been flooded, you know, they've stopped water, so there's lots of water patches now, Not like they used to be when I first moved up here in 1995, that's for sure. There wasn't any water patches, but this is looking awesome. So the van literally is just over there behind them trees. So I'm going to head back over there, get myself off home before I get in trouble. And yeah, it's been a nice, just an hour's walk around this little patch of water. Got my feet a bit muddy. Anyway, over to you, Darrell. Thanks for the challenge. One fixed lens, I've done it. Hopefully the images have come out all right, because I haven't got a clue until I get home and process them. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing your video. They'll both be out on the same time, so if you're watching this and you don't know Darrell's channel, check his channel out. I'll put a link for it in the description, and probably a link up here, one way or the other, for the video. It's that corner, isn't it? I think it's always in that corner. Or is it that corner? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, I put a video up, put a link up for his video. I've not seen it yet, so yeah, it's been quite nice. Not me normal exciting jumping around south, but I have had my big feet in the mud, and I've landed on my head, dropped my camera. Yeah, it's going to be a good year this year, isn't it? Don't forget, like and subscribe, please tell a friend, all that sort of stuff. I know it's not been very educational. I really struggle to do educational stuff when I've got a camera on a little mini tripod that I don't trust, and I've got my little Osmo rather than having a second tripod, because this is normally what you're mounted on. You're normally mounted on this tripod. I can then talk about things and do stuff, so it's really difficult to do everything with one camera and one lens now. But when we get back to normal, when we start getting out and we start carrying gear around, then yeah, we'll have the tripod and we'll start explaining stuff. But hopefully I've explained a little bit. That app on my phone, how I've done the manual focusing and stuff on there with the focus peaking, so you never know, you might pick something up. But till next time, ciao for now, see you soon, bye bye.